Alright, today we're looking at Cheerios, a Gold 4 Kiriko. This was a VOD request on the Overwatch University subreddit, where they wrote, I've been stuck between Gold 5 and Gold 4 for a while now, and would like some advice on climbing with Kiriko. I've been mostly trying to work on my aim, but I think I need to work on my positioning during team fights, because I tend to die a lot during most of my games. I try to play more aggressively, but I don't really have enough confidence in my aim to flank or deal with solo enemies. If you think you're dying a lot, it might not necessarily be positioning. Of course, positioning could play a factor, but I'm willing to bet on Kiriko. It has a lot to do with your ability usage, especially your swift step. Because with Kiriko, you could get away with a lot more than you can with, say, Ana or Zen, because she has that ability on cooldown to just escape and go back to her team at any time. So I definitely want to pay attention to your swift step usage this game. As far as your aim and taking duels, just keep practicing. It's fine. You can practice flanking and such in quick play games until you feel confident. Another thing you can really do that will help is to take Kiriko into free-for-all deathmatch. That will really get you comfortable taking duels and DPSing on her. Those are things you can do, but yeah, let's get right into this VOD. So first thing I always like to do is take a look at the team comp. So you got Ramatra, Soldier Genji, Kiriko Mercy. Yeah, this is a really solid comp. I think everyone here works pretty well with Kiriko. They can all get good use out of your Kitsune Rush. I'd say especially Soldier, if he coordinates ults with you. Kitsune Visor is incredibly powerful. I would like to see you try to do that. As far as how you're going to play this, I would ideally like to see Mercy kind of pocket Soldier, stay with him. You definitely want to be looking out for your Ramatra. The other thing you can do, pay attention to your Genji, pay attention to who he's going after, and try to focus the same targets as him. That can really help him confirm kills. So that's how I'd ideally like to see you play this, but let's see how it actually goes. Alright, you're separated from your team. I understand the swift step. You want to try to go up there with them, but I understand. You can also wall climb too. Okay, yeah, you want to be careful about doing this. So let's back up a little bit. A little more. Okay, so we're here. So you're healing your Ramatra. He's fine. Like he's in Nemesis form, so he got that extra armor. He's not even crit yet, and you teleported right in the middle of the fight. For one, he didn't urgently need the healing or the Suzu. Two, by teleporting here, you have another 7 seconds before you can swift step again, and that leaves you right here vulnerable to these guys. Like, if I'm this Ramatra and I see a Kiriko just teleport in the middle of the fight like that, I am hard focusing you, and I am yelling at my team to do the same. You definitely want to save swift step as an escape. You do not want to engage into a fight with it, just like Moira's Fade. Yeah, like I said, save it as an escape tool. Definitely want to avoid doing this. You can swift step back to your team if you need to. Okay. Be careful, you're a little exposed. Might be better to go back up to the high ground, but this is fine. Yeah, make the Tracer respect you. If a Tracer's pushing up on you, that means she thinks she can kill you. And Kiriko can, if you land a headshot in a melee, Kiriko insta-kills a Tracer. So we definitely want to be DPSing on this Tracer and not letting her push on us like this.
Appreciate it.
Nice. There we go. Yeah, landing the headshot takes time. Just keep practicing. You can wall climb up if you need to. Yeah, be a little careful, you're exposed, but that's fine. Yeah, Moira's a bad matchup for Kiriko just because she can consistently damage. So that's good, you escape. Yeah. I would try to hug a wall a little more instead of just being out in the open like this, but no one's really focusing you at the same time. Nice. So you're doing a lot of just healing. I made a video a couple months back how to maximize your damage and healing as Kiriko. I'm going to link that in the description. I definitely want you to watch that. But basically, to summarize, you want to be trying to get 1 or 2 kunai in between your healing, especially since like Genji and Ram, they're not in danger of dying. So we will definitely get a lot more value if we're weaving in our kunai between that healing. Once again, I'll put the video in the description. Definitely watch that.
Let the kitsune guide you.
All right, I don't hate that kitsune. A little too high on the Suzu. It happens. You definitely want to try to aim that lower. But yeah, you threw the ult and they kind of responded with a bunch. It happens.
I don't give up that easily.
I rubbed some dirt on it. Let's go. My ultimate is almost ready.
I'm grateful.
I will give you shelter.
All right, let's get some damage in. Nice evasion. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, go back to your Ram. You don't want to let him die here. That's unfortunate with the Suzu, but you guys still win the fight, so it's okay.
Now.
What is that Sojourn doing? That's a weird ult. The fight's already lost. I don't know what she's thinking here. Yeah, nice evasion. She should die here. Yeah, you can just go after her, or Soldier kills her.
Brings relief.
My ultimate is ready. Let's go.
Robots pushing. Enhancing your strength.
Fall back.
If Genji's on cart, you can go up there with where your Ram is, try to poke, but it's okay, either way. Okay, now you're on cart duty because Genji left. Yeah, generally, like a DPS, like I'd like to see your soldier drop from high ground and push cart, but it's okay as Kiriko to push by yourself, especially since you can swift step away if you get pressured. But yeah, your Ram kind of fed there. That's not your fault. Very smart of you to not follow him. Nice headshot.
Be careful, Shimada.
Very interesting. Like, your aim doesn't seem bad. It does seem like you jump a lot. I wonder if that's why you feel like you're having trouble hitting shots, because you're making it a little harder for yourself. Like, look at that. That was really good. But, like, all this jumping, yeah. Yeah, I definitely think the jumping is really hurting you. Because you gotta think, like, that with the target, when you're jumping, you're making the targets move around. And it's harder for you to pinpoint them, if that makes sense. The other thing too, on a defensive side, when you jump, that makes your movement very predictable. Like, they got an enemy Cass. In higher ranks, if you jump a lot, it makes it people will just pinpoint your head and easily kill you. So try to get out of that habit. It'll make your aim a lot easier. It'll keep you safer, especially as you climb in rank. Yeah, I'd like to see you do that.
Push started. Let's go.
Yeah, the Ram's kind of pushing him by himself. Play careful. It's nice. Yeah, use the bot as cover, but he's also kind of feeding. Yeah, your soldier got 2 kills, so he died himself. Nice evasion. This is winnable, but see what I mean? Like, let's watch that again. So you're here. A little bit more. So you teleport to Genji. You're trying to, like, hit on the Cass, but you're jumping too. Granted, you're kind of just aiming in this direction right here. But at the same time, if we, stopped jumping, we could focus that energy on, you know, moving our mouse and pinpointing his head instead. You know, it's okay to move like back and forth 80 strafing. In fact, you should be doing that. But yeah, try to get out of the habit of jumping. If anything, put some crouching in there.
Group up.
Now you're by yourself. Good wall climb.
Under my protection.
Yeah, stay with your Genji. Try to... You can teleport back to your Ramatra if you want.
Let
Be
the
careful now.
Kitsune guide you.
Nice, you saved your Genji.
The battle ignites me. My senses are sharp.
Yes, kill him.
Robots ours.
This is good. You know, you're pushing cart by yourself, but you're also turning around and paying attention to what your team is doing. Just in case you need to go over and help them. Really smart.
The breeze brings relief. Damn it.
Throw Suzu as soon as you can. Nice.
Arigato. I'm on fire.
Yeah, we lost our tank.
Restoring
I
balance.
mean, they lost their tank too, so maybe we can win this. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, make that Sombra respect you.
Thanks for the boost.
Sombra is very similar to Tracer in the fact that if you can consistently land those headshots, she's going to be scared of you. She's not going to push onto you. Yeah, your Mercy kind of fed there. It happens. Good Suzu. You can swift step to Soldier if need be. If you get pressured. Yeah, once again, try to weave that damage in between this healing.
Got the robot.
I mean, you guys win the fight. This is good. So we got Kitsune Rush for next fight. This will be really good.
Tactical visor ready for deployment.
And you got Visor, so I would definitely like to see a Kitsune Visor here.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Okay. Here, so when the Cassidy high noons, you did a good job. You ducked into cover to avoid that, but you popped Kitsune at the same time. You guys aren't gonna get full value out of that when you guys have to LOS the Cass and hide. If you guys think you can just kill him quickly before he could get the high noon off, yeah, that's fine. Go for it. But as you can see, like, he got it off. He killed your Genji. What I would have done there is just waited out the high noon like you did, then pop Kitsune afterwards, just so you guys can get the full value out of it. Your Soldier did exactly that with his Visor. I would have liked to see you hold Kitsune as well.
It's moving.
Nice DPS, though. It's a little unfortunate. I don't think we needed the Annihilation, too. A little bit of overkill that might hurt us in the next fight.
Draw strength from nature.
But that's not your fault. We can't control what our team does. You're watching. Be careful about hanging out in the open.
Shield.
I talked about this before, like I didn't pause and stop, but instead of just, you know, hanging out in the open here, you know, it's good. You can use the bot as cover. This is fine. But you can use the wall here. You know, they got a Rhine. So you just want to, another thing too, even hanging back, like in the middle, like behind the bot, you want to pay attention to if he has Shatter, just so you don't want to get caught in that, you know. Try to hang off to the side if you can, you know, even if you're here, you're still close enough to the bot where you're going to be pushing it. But yeah, once again, just try to avoid just being out in the open like this. For a prolonged period of time, at least, because you obviously got to poke to do damage and heal and stuff. Like, see how you're just hanging out here? Like, granted, Ram put his shield up, so you're fine now. Now, Reaper's pushing in on you. Okay, careful with the jumping. You don't want to get in his face. So Reaper excels in close range. If you get in his face and he pinpoints your head, he can basically delete you. So you definitely want to try to keep your distance and try to land those kunai shots, because unlike him, you do the same damage from across the map that you do right in his face. So you're not putting yourself at a disadvantage by backing up, and if anything, you're just making it easier to see him and to land those shots.
Ouch.
Nice kill, though. Yeah, your damage is pretty solid. Once again, I think it's just the spacing and then also the jumping that might be making it tough for you to consistently hit those headshots. Ooh, okay, let's back that up. That's definitely something we want to talk about. Yeah, so our Genji is slept and antied. Their Ana used both her cooldowns on him, and now Reaper stops and kills him. We definitely had an opportunity to Suzu him, and as you can see, we still have the cooldown. That is definitely a scenario where you want to save your teammate, because, yeah, that death was very much preventable. Just be on the lookout for that. If he gets slept, you don't necessarily need to Suzu him, but then he gets antied and the Reaper's pushing up on him. 100% you could have saved his life there. Good DPS on the Reaper, though.
The battle ignites me.
See, Mercy has to expend res. Which we could have held on to that if you had Suzu'd, but it's fine.
Protecting.
I want to watch that again. I don't know if we needed to Suzu there for, let's see.
Protecting.
Yeah, I mean, nobody was crit. I would have held on to Suzu there, because then look what happens. Rein proceeds to come in and shatter. You could have reactively Suzu'd when you saw that, and maybe we could have prevented this fight from being lost. It's good to use Suzu to cleanse Ana's anti-effect, but pay attention to your teammates' health bars too. If everybody's still basically full HP, you can afford to wait a second or two before you throw that Suzu out. That also gives you a time to assess everybody and properly aim it as well.
60 seconds remaining.
We've got this.
We are stronger together.
Greetings.
Your soldier gets staggered. That's unfortunate.
Just by sense.
Gonna have another Kitsune, though. We could use that to seal the deal.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Okay, not bad. Yeah, same thing. We do not want to use Swift Step, to engage like that. So let's watch that again. So we're here. Mei puts the wall up, but we could have either, hopped up here and healed, or we could have wall climbed up because, and over the wall to try to go down and try to help Ram out. Because by swift stepping into here, it's like we talked about before. You're leaving yourself very exposed, and see what happens. You basically get pushed back into the wall, and the nano Rhine is swinging on you. You're dead here. Yeah, so same thing. You got wall climb. You can go around the wall. You had that ability. Try to do that before, panicking to swift step and Suzu your tank. If Ram is playing properly, he'll be able to survive a few seconds to allow you the opportunity to go past. Yeah, so with a Rein, if a Rein's pushing up like that, you need to expect he's going to shatter. So like we said before, just try to reactively Suzu that. It takes time. It takes, you definitely need to be expecting the shatter as well. But yeah, like I said, just if you see a Rhine pushing forward like that, expect that he's going to shatter and just be prepared to Suzu quickly. Once again, it takes reaction, it takes expectation, but yeah, keep working on it and you'll do good.
Got it like a dude that protects you. Thanks.
Heal up your ram. And that's another thing. If you see a Reaper, like, let's watch that from here. Pretty sure he wraithed into you guys. Yeah, you see a Reaper, like, I mean, this is, for one, that's a very low-level Reaper play because it's very predictable. But if you see a Reaper wraith in the middle of your team like that, you have to expect he's going to blossom. So what I would have done is I would have just reactively swift step away from that. Like, go over here to, like, where your Ram or Farah. Let's rewind one more time just to see. Yeah, I would have gone... I would have, like, swift stepped to Farah right here just to get away from that. Once again, it takes time. It takes prediction and reaction time. Yeah, kill the Mei. But you guys win the fight. This is good, and you guys win the game. Yeah, really good job. Nice win. Big things that I noticed was a couple times you used your swift step to go right in the middle of the fight. Like we talked about, you definitely want to save that as an escape. You don't want to go right in the middle of a fight where everybody could just focus you down and then you don't have that ability to save yourself. Other thing too, as far as your aim goes, I would try to get out of the habit of jumping just because I feel like you're making it a lot harder for yourself to consistently land your shots. If anything, you could do AD strafing, try to implement some crouching in there too, just to, try to keep yourself safe. That'll be a lot better. What I'm trying to say is try to take that habit of spam jumping, try to turn it into spam crouching as well, because that will keep you safer as far as making your movement less predictable. And that won't disrupt your aim as much and help you land your shots more consistently. So yeah, that's all I have for now. Good job. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, anything like that. And best of luck in the future.